Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today it's going to be a Patreon cast between young Clem and Reynor on Golden Wall, the latter edition from DreamHack Fall. Bottom right-hand corner is the Red Terran player. It is Clem. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have ourselves a Blue Zerg player, Reynor. This game is going to be bonkers, you guys. These players are young, they are excellent, they have high APMs, they both know how to multitask and do multi-pronged harassment, and I'm fully expecting this cast to be a very hard one to follow, but I will do my best. Alright, so if you're watching this the week of October 1st, thank you very much for supporting me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin. For as little as $1 a month, I appreciate your support. If you're watching this in the first week of November, then hey, welcome to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe, and hopefully there will be a few more subscribers than the 1,200 that we have on October 1st here. 16, 18, 17. One Rax expand here from Clem. Nothing too crazy here in the early game. And so, yeah, hopefully, let's see. I think I'm talking forwards in time here because most people will see this in November. Hopefully, my moving all StarCraft 2 to a new YouTube channel and dedicating it to StarCraft 2 paid off. Because, yeah, it was a bold move, I know, but I don't know, I feel like the algorithm just was kind of punishing the channel because I'm doing Brood War and StarCraft 2. Anyway, this Reaper's name is Milk. Regular guy drinks some milk, grows a jetpack, and 2 guns. Got milk. If you're not old enough to know about the Got Milk advertising campaign from the 90s, well, that's basically what it was. Although, I don't know, it was never like, if you drink milk, you're gonna get guns and a jetpack. No, but it was more along the lines of you'll be strong and you'll be healthy, and sure, there was some like level of you'll be attractive in a couple of those commercials I remember. The one that really sticks with me the most, though, is the 2 kids and their mom are in the kitchen. We don't want to drink our milk, Mom. And Mom's like, you have to do it. Mr. Johnson next door, he never drinks his milk. And it's like, oh, there's Mr. Johnson now. He's out taking out the trash. And they all wave out the window. And then he goes to lift the trash can and his arms pop off because the trash can's too heavy. And the kids are like, ah! And the mom is like, ah! And they're all drinking, just like chugging gallons of milk, just getting all over the place. If you haven't seen that commercial, maybe you should watch it. I've just spoiled the whole thing, but it's a funny visual nevertheless. So the Got Milk Reaper is here and is not dead, nor has it killed anything, which is about par for the course if you're a good Terran player coming up against a good Zerg player. Reynor's third base is fast, man. That is already halfway done at 245, which indicates he skipped the main queen in order to get this, pulled some workers off of gas, and it's a very macro-style opening, which is exactly what Clem is going for here, too. So he's got a starport coming in. His expansion is done, upgrading that one to an orbital command. Overlord here, perched, ready to go for a scout of some kind. Going to try to get a scout off, but this Marine is here to make sure that is very, very hard to do. This Queen really wants to connect the creep between the natural base and the third base. There's a little Urubu down here hanging out, enjoying the sights. Not scared of this Queen at all, mind you. The wildlife in StarCraft 2 do not fear anything. They will not run away whatsoever. They don't care if they're walking on creep. They don't care if they're walking on regular ground or desert or anything. Look at him. He's just like, hey, oh, let's creep tumor. Nom, 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 nom. I'm going to take some nibbles out of it. Nom, 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 nom. That would be interesting if critters could have some kind of a negative effect on the map, right? Like if... Anyway, I'm getting really distracted here. So 2 queens are here, blah, blah, blah. We're spreading creep to the third base. Oh, that drone does have to turn itself into a spore. Otherwise, it was toast thanks to the Shuhelian 1 Reaper harassment we're looking at right now. And very, very standard stuff thus far. We are going for a starport for Clem. Again, both players are 18 years old. Both players are extremely good at StarCraft. This is, I want to say, the year of Clem, right? Last year was more the year of Reynor. Reynor and Clem are both young and very good, but Reynor got to the finals. To the finals of BlizzCon, guys, which is bananas. He did it at such a young age. And then Clem didn't get that far, obviously, but I think this year, man, he's been playing and grinding hard. His TVZ is excellent, which generally is just how it works when you're playing against Cyril and Reynor on ladder consistently, or as a practice partner, or in these, tournament situations like DreamHack. So, yeah, the fact that Clem is really good, it makes a lot of sense to me, man. He's been dealing with 2 terrifying, technically excellent Zergs for a long time now, and either you sink or swim. Either you can't hang, or you hang. Dude, look at this defense from Reynor. Reynor, he's just got a handful of lings in the main. He's got some defense up this way. Oh man, that evolution chamber block was excellent. They were trying to poke in here, but they didn't want to go up this way because that's a scarier getting trapped kind of a scenario here. And yeah, man, look, he's trying to drop places, but it's just not happening. Oh no, blind drop. That's not good at all. Lost a couple Hellions there for nothing at all. The medevac has to get out or the Queen's going to kill it. That was a little bit of a mistake out of Clem, but I assume that his attention was elsewhere. 1-1 coming in for Reynor for his melee units. Obviously, we're seeing bio out of Reynor here based on the number of factories we have rolling at home, which is already 3. And we're going to go for some medevacs. So pretty standard stuff thus far, I would say, out of Clem. He is somebody who has used Widow Mines in the past and sometimes doesn't use the Widow Mines. And is there a Liberator that... Oh, Liberator showed up. Got 2 kills. Ah, it's not bad. You cannot see that on the minimap, you guys. There are units that do not show on the minimap at all. Watching the minimap does not help. Queen's here to stab away at the Hellions, and so far, very, very standard opening ZVT. I really don't have any complaints about this at all. Third base lining here at the gold. Love that. Out of Clem for sure. Like getting the gold base. There's the risk of roaches and hydras coming up back here and picking off your SCVs, but this isn't mined out yet. So, and I don't think, well, he could get drop lords because he has an evolution chamber, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how safe that is. Baneley Nest coming up, 4th base coming up. And if you had to choose one thing that would happen in this ZVT and you had to bet your life on it, would you have said that Reynor's going to make Banelings? I would have bet my life on that, right? Well, maybe opening up Zerglings, right? Because that's pretty much the only thing you can do. Is open up Zerglings against that Reaper harass. So maybe Zerglings. Close second is Banelings, because Banelings are so very, very good against pretty much anything that Terran can do. Oh my gosh, that Queen is going to die. The transfuses, though. Oh yeah, he lost it. My gosh, he lost that 1 Queen to those Marines coming in. I would have lost all 4 of those Queens and been very sad about it. But Reynor's transfuses were sick. He did lose the 1 Queen, but nobody else died, and I say that's a pretty fair trade. So Clem really kind of sharking up north here to the south at the same time. The defense is there. The attacks are there. Nobody's really lost much of anything right now, which bodes well for Clem, I gotta say. And honestly for Reynor, too. That he has lost, what? 2 drones? 2 drones a day is not a big number. 5th base attempting here, but man, this is right in Clem's neighborhood a little bit. I don't know how I feel about this position here. You can get tanks on the low ground, and it could be attacked up this ramp, and attacked up this ramp, and there's a lot of dead space over here, which is why you're creeping over this direction. And look, here we go. Actually getting some damage off the hatch. Middle area. Oh, I think a Marine died there. Possibly 2. Creep tumors getting burned right on down by those assault rifles. And so far, these guys have been pretty safe. I assume... Okay, so Hellbat's transforming up this way. Assume another expansion coming up. Both these players are pretty much agreeing not to go for any huge timing attacks today. It's really just been a lot of macroing up. It's 65 to 87 workers right now for Reynor. He's always been insane with his worker counts. He's more greedy than Cyril is in a lot of ways, and he gets away with it too, which is the trick, right? Like, I try to go for 87 workers in 8 minutes, and I don't also have 107 army supply or 85 army supply that Reynor does. That is the trick. That is the key to StarCraft, is having a giant army and having a big economy, and then decision making comes into play. So Clem's going to unload at this back door. And no, we are mining out the back door to the main base here for Reynor. That's some exciting stuff. The Marines are going to have something to say about that, though. But the door is already mined out. Attack up to the north. They got a spore, but okay. There are some spines coming up there as well. And then Banelings just responding to everywhere Clem is trying to go. It is just Banelings, 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 oh. Pushing again. Clem knows you cannot give up. Right? Oh, these Hellbats are just all toast. Fairly well Hellbats. Zerglings trying to jump on this. You should maybe try to jump on this before it's a planetary, and they do. Maybe a couple SCVs, but the response here from Clem is pretty darn good. Marine tank, excellent job. And so far, I mean, what have we lost here? One SCV has died here today. Doesn't seem like a lot. This Urubu just getting pushed out of the way by Marines. Not worried about it. Not running away at all. Not even a little bit. See, unloading up here, but this is why you have creep up this way, so you're not caught by surprise when that happens. Handful of Marines. Not really enough to deal with these guys, but guess who is? A bunch of Banelings. Banelings crushing everything there. The Lurkers are out for Reynor. Viper's in production here, too. That queen's gonna... Oh, the two queens die simultaneously. And trying to get some free shots on this hatch. The Lurkers want something to do about that. Want something to say about it. But if they're not protected by other things, they're actually a little bit dicey against bio. They don't do bonus damage versus biological. They do against Marauders and they do against tanks. But not against Marines. Marines are surprisingly okay against Lurkers, but friendly fire splash damage is bad news. And actually these drones getting shelled from the low ground here. That is an 18 kill tank. That is a 29 kill tank, ladies and gentlemen. That is a number to be had. Wow. That was fantastic. Another base coming up here from Reynor. Oh, he's trying to drop bait. Oh, he did get one explosion, but it wasn't enough to kill the SCVs. Because you need two Banelings to kill an SCV, even if they happen to have the +2 attack on the Banelings. Probes are different, but SCVs are a little bit tankier for a lot of reasons. See, look, the Marines eventually getting a Lurker there. I mean, they're not... It's a cost-efficient trade. It's not a perfect trade, but it's cost-efficient. Nice abduct on that tank, and the one Lurker spine eventually is going to kill it, but only after about 5 shots. It's not the fastest way to kill a single tank as one Lurker. I guess nothing can really kill tanks that quickly. Man, the Lurker spines and the friendly fire, siege splash, and so both our hero tanks are dead now. Little push onto the creep right now. Clem is trying to keep that pressure up, right? Trying to keep the pressure rolling, trying to head down south too, but a big Hydroling Baneling army is here. That means you get out. Your medevacs are in much greater danger with the Hydras on the field. Trying to focus on the Lurkers. Trying to back into a corner a little bit. The Blinding Cloud is up, though. The tanks are useless. The Lurkers are burning them down or stabbing them down. But guess what? See the Marines. The Marines took care of the Lurkers. Okay. So at this point, what are we looking at? We're looking at Reynor does have an income advantage pretty darn heavily at the moment, which is a little bit, you know, to be expected. If he can get this hatch, though, that'd be a nice victory for Clem. He's trying, man. So only a handful of Lings and a single Hydralisk in the vicinity at the moment, which is not good. And the hatch does go down while he's dropping Reynor's secret base down to the south and killing 8 drones there as well. And then picking up, boosting out, and loses the medevac. Loses the medevac. One of them still alive, hopping into the main base, though. Maybe trying to unload here, try to get some damage done. If he had, man, why hasn't he killed these tumors? I'm really surprised by that he hasn't scanned up here. I imagine he's got a scan available, and he does, but he also, I guess, wants to save them for Lurkers. Man, getting that spawning pool would have been great, but not going to happen. Reynor has an army in the general area, and not, no. 0%. Ooh, all right. This is tight. Both players are maxed out. Reynor has a bigger army or bigger worker count. But you know what? These Lurkers are not exactly paying off in the long run here. And Lings and Banelings rolling into that third base of Clem, trying to kill some SCVs down there. 3 of them do get killed. But you know what? It's only 2. Wait, why does it say 2 SCVs have been killed so far? Maybe friendly fire. I don't actually know. Attack up this way, trying to get that hatch again. Another denial would be so big. It'd be so big, but the Lurkers are in range now. They're very scary with their range. Look at that range on those guys. It's insanity. Oh, they got the hatch again. Okay. All right, Clem is doing a great job keeping pressure on Reynor right now. He is very capable of winning this game. He's going to set up a Liberator at Reynor's gold base on the left side of the map and get a few drone kills. Not bad, honestly. Wow, that Liberator gets 7 drone kills. And a Hydra? and a Hydra and a Ling, and gets out of there before the Spore Crawler kills it. That is a cost-efficient Liberator, man. I hate those guys so much. But look, you'll notice the Bio will engage with a Lurker or two, depending on the positioning, but the Lings are a problem. Ghosts are in the mix now. We've seen them. We've heard them die. This is 3/3 Bio, but guess what else it is? It is, well, +3 armor, +2 on that melee. Steady targeting. Lurker down. Oh, is that a Nidus? That's a Nidus. Reynor got a Nidus network. Oh, boy. Oh, and he set up a Lurker so that when the SCVs clustered around it, the Lurker would get a bunch of kills. That is just such a disgusting move. Reynor, such a boss. Such a boss. Blinding Cloud is a problem. And the tanks get wiped out. Yeah, this is, alright, so this base, once again, killing it. That wasn't even a cancel. The Vipers come in, get targets fired a little bit there, and then just boost on out. Because, again, there are no Mutalisks, there are no Corruptors. It is Lingbane Hydra, Lurker, Viper. Combination that Reynor's going for here today. Medevac escapes with all of 8 HP. Wait, 24 HP, but virtually the same thing. Right now, I gotta say, it is pretty close. Like, Reynor is not that far ahead economically, and that is bad. That is really bad for him. He needs to start killing bases or workers or something. He is expanding again, which is great. I assume he's gonna try to retake his 5th at some point, but I don't know. Lings, Lurkers, Hydras running into a very little defended base here. Lurkers getting up to the top right-hand corner, going after some of these SCVs too. And I think, I don't know, the factory is dead at the very least. I don't know if that orbital is going to go down, though. The responding army is pretty scary. That's what's also scary, is the Lurkers on the high ground with +2 attack. Pretty terrifying stuff. He's going to try to take down this planetary? At the very least, he's going to get the tanks. But not taking down that planetary, not with a handful of Lings and like 6 Hydralisks. It's not quite enough. This is just Reynor non-stop, man. He's been on the back foot for the first 15 minutes of this game. Now he continues to push. He's got a Nidus Swarm down to the south here. He's killed 10 SCVs recently. The map is effectively split in half, which is not something Reynor can abide. He really cannot allow this to be a split in half map situation, because then, well, you're going to die versus a Terran player. He's going to be more cost efficient than you are no matter what. Man, the tanks, I just don't know that the tanks are what you need here today in this game. I mean, nice EMPs though. 20 tanks have been killed. There are 4 on the field right now, which doesn't seem good. These Lings popping on out. A Nidus Swarm popping in the main doesn't get anything done there. Ah, this is a big SCV home. Okay, well, that's going to be a lot. 14 SCVs down, attacking into this planetary, but again, the planetary can hold with some repairing. I guess there are some Lurkers in there, though, so that's not a guarantee. But it did maybe buy enough time for the Liberators to show up, at the very least, and some Ghosts and some other ground armies to show in. Okay, we're going 2 Nidus Swarms at the same time right now. That is just unfair, is what we're looking at. That's what happens when you have 2 Nidus networks, though, man. You can do that. Ling's trying to take down that planetary, but look, man, I understand your Lings are fully upgraded with Adrenal, but you can't take down the planetary with just Zerglings, man. I guess if the SCVs do nothing... Oh, these Ghosts are just getting... I mean, the Ghosts with steady targeting have been really good today. 38 Lurkers have died, but 18 Ghosts have gone down. Sensor tower down, 4 more SCVs killed, and I think Clem's just bleeding workers. Okay, he's at 71, which doesn't seem like he's struggling all that much, but still, he's lost a bunch more SCVs recently. 38 have gone down. Like, he's continually replacing them, which is good. He needs to, but he needs to get some pressure out on Reynor. The first 15 minutes of this game were absolutely Clem putting pressure on Reynor. And the last 5 minutes have entirely just been Reynor sending wave after wave of Lings, sending Nidus Swarms up, denying bases, killing SCVs, just splitting Clem's attention into 400 places at once. And then when he's worrying about his main base and all of his production, this happens and it gets a Baneling bomb all over this planetary up north. It's just too much. I guess he did manage to get a Liberator over. I saw him scan this. So that's good, but 16 SCVs for 6 drones is not a trade you want to make against a Zerg player. You really can't continue to make trades this way. It's not going to work out. Omnitis at the front here from Reynor, because why not? I mean, it's going to die, but hey, Reynor's like, I have 3,600 gas. And that's the difference in this game, is that Reynor has 4,000 minerals and 4,000 gas in the bank, and Clem has 400 and 200 respectively. It's not enough. It's not enough to keep up here. This is why Reynor is so aggressive. He's like, everything I kill, Clem has to replace, and he can't afford to replace everything that I can afford to replace. I mean, it doesn't mean just throw away your units unnecessarily, but let's get some kills, he says. And then as my units die, I can make 46 Lings and a couple more Hydras, and this planetary fortress is under attack. I'm not sure there's enough to take it down, honestly, although that is going to be 14 Banelings in production at the moment. Alright, so right now we're even, except for the fact that Reynor has these 2 bases. Okay, these 2 bases are allowing him to have additional income compared to what Clem is rolling with. Is that another Liberator, or the same one possibly? Possibly the same one. That Hydra's dead. And there's the Abduct. And the one Hydra that comes in to finish her off. Okay, that's some exciting stuff for sure. So a bit of a calm here, but I mean, this income tab is just not super friendly. But you know what? Clem's fighting, man. Anybody else dealing with 6 straight minutes of Reynor trying to murder them and just sending wave after wave of units at them would have just given up. But Clem, he is fighting hard. He deals with these Lings. Well, maybe he deals with these Lings. These guys took down his orbital, which is bad. This engagement is going all right. The ghosts keep getting abducted. Marauders abducted here too. Steady targeting, trying to get the Vipers, but the Lurker Spines are interrupting that. It's a channeled spell. Oh, a bunch of mules going to die up here to the north. That used to be a planetary. It is not anymore. He's got a Nidus worm down here, and he's making 2 more. Oh, this planetary must have got bombed when I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, like I said, this game has been absolutely abject chaos to the nth degree. And this might just be it. I mean, it's 54 workers for Clem. The income just took a huge swing into Reynor's favor right now. These 2 bases mining happily have been really just a blessing to him all the time. He's got burrowed Lings in his mineral line that he really doesn't want to deal with. The Lings decided to retreat of their own power, though. So that could have been worse. Yeah, man. I mean, Clem's down 50 supply. It doesn't look amazing, but nice target fire on those Banelings. That was actually legit target firing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that Lurker finished. Look at him. He's just trying to take down Lurkers, but with the support of Lings, it makes it so much harder. That group is just toast. This group looks pretty scary. Remember what I said about these 2 sources of income for Reynor being super important to him? If Clem can take down these 2 sources of income, this is going to be a much different game. But as it stands, Clem is not happy about where he is. He's losing this base. He's going to get this hatch. Oh, but does it matter? There's so much Zerg here. Clem boosting out, being chased by a much superior army. Gets up to the high ground. Nidus Worm coming up here, so the base can't be replanted. He's trying to high ground, trying to steady target as best he can, but he is down 70 total supply, and good game. Reynor comes out on top in a 23 minutes. Oh, and 55-minute game. That was bananas. That was a match, to be sure. What a Patreon game that turned out to be. And yes, Reynor come out on top, but I don't know of many other Terran players who could have held off against what Reynor was doing there for the last 8 minutes. Reynor was definitely pushing, killing this base several times. Never really got stuff done down here, though, which I'm worried about. He did end up killing a total of 55 drones, which is great. But 81 SCVs got killed. Resources lost is 56,000 to 51,000. Reynor just had more stuff. 859 lings died, 52 lurkers died, 2 hatches, but 2 planetaries and 3 orbitals is a lot of base to lose as a Terran player. A lot of potential income there. 262 Marines, a bunch of Marauders, Liberators, 1 Reaper named Got Milk. And we've seen Reynor win these kind of games before. We've seen Clem win these kind of games before. And against Reynor too, but not today. Reynor had his number. That was a thing. Whoosh. All right. Well, dang. That was one of the more non-stop ZVTs I've cast in some time. All right. Well, that right there is going to be it for me then. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.